H-O-T-T-O-G-O. You can take me hard to go. Does that mean ready? Welcome to the Give Them Lala podcast. I'm your host for the day.
Lala.
It's me, Lala. It's me, Jessica. I'm here with our. Oh, thank you so much. Thank
Round
you so
of
much.
applause.
I am here with our guy, Easton Birmingham.
Hey everybody, it's good to be back.
Good to be back.
Did we
Good
ever
to be
leave?
back. Oh my gosh, and I'm so excited, you guys. It is the Jiu-Jitsu episode, and we have my girl, the first black belt woman I've ever met. She's a black belt, a 10th planet black belt under Eddie Bravo. She does so many things. She is a huge proponent of getting women into jiu-jitsu, huge proponent of self-defense for everyone. I think not most importantly, but very specifically catered to women's self-defense. She's a badass. I'll let her tell you guys what she does, but Dawna Gonzalez, ladies and gentlemen. Hey.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, how are you today, Dawna?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Let me tell the listeners really quick, because I know this is our first actual episode. Well, Lisa's was the first, but then us airing without Lala. As you know, we've mentioned this before, but I keep wanting to look at this camera, so I'm going to look here, right, Producer John?
We're
Okay.
learning.
We're learning, you guys. So I really wanted to bring a lot of the listeners ever since I've started jiu-jitsu. A lot of our friends, a lot of you guys have written in really great, fun questions. Like people who know nothing about jiu-jitsu, like, Jessica, why are you so obsessed with it? Isn't this weird? Isn't that weird? And I purposely did not answer them knowing we'd be doing an episode like this. So with all of that said, I'm going to pass it over to Dawna to intro herself, and then we'll get into some exciting questions.
Thanks.
You're
What's
welcome.
up, everybody? So my name is Dawna Gonzalez. I'm kind of sad that Lisa Mom isn't here.
I know.
Because I also wear daily contacts, but I have to, they fall out of my eyes when I do jiu-jitsu a lot. So I have to change them every day because eye infections.
Yes.
So anyway,
Classic.
I just wanted to say that. I was like, where's Lisa
Like
Mom?
pink eye?
You can give yourself pink eye. You can give yourself styes.
Oh,
You
yeah.
give yourself?
Well, if
Like
you
how
put
flexible?
if the contact falls out and you put it back in your eye, that's a dirty
Oh.
contact. You can't put a dirty contact in your eye.
Easton, do you
I
wear
knew-
contacts?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, now
So
we know.
when I
No.
do jujitsu a lot,
Mhm.
which we'll talk about in a second, but my contacts they get knocked out sometimes because contact.
Yeah.
And
There's no punching though, right?
there's no punching, but we're making contact with each
wrestling.
other.
Heavy
Yeah, we're just
crossface,
yeah.
baby.
And I have astigmatism. And so my contacts come out easily. Anyways, I was driving up listening to that episode today, and I was like, yeah, contacts. I get it. Same.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
which, speaking of, we'll put a pin in this, you guys, but Dawna has some very strong opinions on the Lisa episode where I talk about
Yes.
almost getting trafficked, and
Yes.
Lisa, sorry, trigger warning, where I talk about almost getting abducted, and then where Lisa talks about the girl putting the bow in her hair.
Yes.
But that being said, Dawna, let's go back
I
to
am
your
so sorry.
intro.
I
No,
got
you're good.
I digress. My name is Dawna Gonzalez. I am a jiu-jitsu coach. I am a women's self-defense coach. I call myself an empowerment coach. My whole focus is helping women find that badass space inside of them. I also teach men how to do jiu-jitsu, children. I live inside a little jiu-jitsu bubble. But that's my whole thing is I'm all about bringing the ladies together and having them find their power and doing this really cool sport that Jessica is obviously obsessed with now. So
Yes.
I'm here to
Yeah.
help feed her obsession and hopefully answer some questions for you guys about the sport and
And get some more people obsessed.
get some more people obsessed.
go.
Hopefully, come
Yes.
come join my cult.
Come
I-
join the cult.
Here's
No,
the thing. I
yeah.
love jujitsu and I've always been interested in it. I don't think I got the knees for it. My knees
Oh,
pop.
who needs knees?
Who needs knees?
My ligaments are held together by hopes, dreams, and bubblegum.
But mine were too, and it popped.
Yeah,
and I
we
had
do
to
that.
get how many surgeries?
0. I just walk it off.
My
Yeah.
meniscus.
Oh my God. Wait, people ask, we're getting into this because people ask about injury. But really quick, how I met Dawna was I had started Jiu-Jitsu in October of last year.
Woohoo.
And there is, for me, there was not a lot of women around in my immediate circle
Yeah.
at 10th Planet Burbank. That is slowly changing. But so I was desperate to find any organization, any seminar that was taught by a woman in jiu-jitsu. And Dawna was the first. I saw it's called Lockdown, but it was a seminar where basically Dawna was teaching some jiu-jitsu. And I was like, I think it was an hour away. And I was like, I'm going. I went and we immediately clicked. And I was like, I'm obsessed with this person. Are you technically the founder of 10th Planet Women or no? How does that work?
Yeah. Okay, so 10th Planet is its own system, right? I was one of Eddie's first female students. There's
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo. So there's a handful of us, and I'm me. So I'm like, I'll do that. I'll do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm always like,
Let me take over.
I'm like a take charge type of gal.
Right.
So when I became a purple belt, which is, so if we're going by belt ranks, you guys are all white belts. Congratulations. Everybody here's a white belt.
I'm a white
Do
belt.
the list because I have no idea. So thank
Pay
you.
attention. So everybody here's a white belt. Then you get your blue belt, so that makes you like a freshman, right? And then you get your purple belt, and that's like sophomore. Brown belt, junior, black belt, senior.
I've seen belts with like black and then red in them.
So
Is that a
that's-
higher
Well,
than
that's
black?
just because you needed to be able to. They give stripes in gi jiu-jitsu. They give stripes. So every 4 stripes, you get to rank up. In 10th Planet, we don't give stripes. Some
Okay.
schools do, but for the most part, we don't give stripes. It's just like you kind of hang out for a couple years until
You get to your next
rank.
belt.
You know what I mean? Like children get stripes. As a coach, I give children stripes because they need the motivation.
Well, yeah.
But as an adult, like just
Work
show
your
up
ass off and fucking
show
do
up and
it.
get your shit.
Yeah, fucking get your next belt,
I don't know,
pussy.
3-4 years. How that's up to you.
3 or 4 years to get a belt?
It takes
100%.
on average 10 years to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So then what you're asking about, like the red stripe, then that's where you see the stripes. So as a black belt, every 3 years, according to how we do it in 10th Planet, which is according to how Jean-Jacques Machado does it, Eddie's coach, every 3 years, if you are still training, if you are still representing 10th Planet, if you are still involved, you get a degree. So I'm a first degree black belt.
Okay.
Hey, so she
Nicely done. Congratulations on that.
Thank
So you got that this year, right?
I
degree? Or
yes,
Okay.
I got my first degree in December
in December.
because I got my black belt in right here in December of 2020.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
Marked. So going to jiu-jitsu is like becoming a doctor.
So
To
here's
be
a
a
funny
black
story
belt,
about
eh?
that. My brother, who is in fact a doctor, got me into jiu-jitsu while he was in medical school. I am now a first degree black belt. He is still a white belt, but he's a doctor. Ask which one of us drives a better car.
Is it him?
It's him. It's him.
I want to say, is it you?
No,
Like,
no,
do I
no,
not
no,
trust
it's
this
definitely
man with
not
a
me.
surgery?
It's wild to think that fall is almost here when we've been counting down the days until summer. And with the change in the seasons comes a change in the wardrobe. Luckily, Quince has my back and makes sure my fall style stays hot and fresh without breaking the bank. I just got the Mongolian cashmere oversized boyfriend cardigan sweater in heather gray. It is so chic. It is so soft and cozy. And you guys know I am all about cozy while I'm home with my 2 baby girls. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. Quince has cashmere sweaters from $50, pants for every occasion, washable silk tops, and all of the other things. Here's the best part. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. And I also love that Quince only works with factories that use ethical and responsible manufacturing practices. So make switching seasons a breeze with Quince high-quality closet essentials. Go to quince.com/Lala for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Lala to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Lala.
Before we hop into the questions, I really quickly want to say we're going to do an update from Lala and hop into the questions. But I
Yay.
wanted to say really quickly, how long have you been in jiu-jitsu, Dawna? And why did you get started?
I have been in jiu-jitsu for 16 years, and I got started by accidente.
Okay.
How does that happen?
Well, the brother that I mentioned. What's up, DJ?
Hey, DJ.
He was taking kickboxing classes. I've always been a gym rat. My first job was in a gym. I've, always been a gym rat. And it was circa the time that it was 2008. And that was when UFC was getting really like commercially popular. So my brother was taking kickboxing classes near his school. He was going to ASU. And then I guess he heard somehow about a gym in Hollywood. So he was like, hey, you should go take kickboxing classes there. It'll be really fun. And I had taken a few kickboxing classes with him, and I'd done a little bit of boxing even before that. But I was a massage therapist. So earlier, I was a massage therapist, and then I found boxing. I used to go take classes at Wildcard over here in Hollywood. But massage therapy and boxing, not a great combination.
Hands?
Yeah, like my wrists were like, pick one.
Right.
Right? So my brother was like, hey, go take kickboxing classes because I got a new job and I wasn't having to massage as much. And I'm like, cool, I'm in. So I walk in and I signed up for just the kickboxing and cardio classes. And they were like, oh, we're gonna give you a whole membership. Like, that's everything, including jiu-jitsu. And I was like, oh, no, thank you. I don't even know what that is, but no, thank you. They're like, oh, it's the grappling. And I was like, I had no idea, but I was like, no, I'm good. But they were like, yeah, we're just going to give it to you anyway, so you can take classes. And I was like, cool. So I was taking the kickboxing classes, and I was young and single, and
you saw hotties.
out and about in the evenings. But then I was like, wait, this is way healthier than going to clubs.
Right.
And then, yes, what happened was afterwards, I was like, wait, how come all the dudes are showing up to the class after kickboxing?
And they were cute? Like hot?
Yeah.
And you were like, I could roll. Okay, you guys.
Because I know that's one of the questions. So yes,
Yes.
they're athletes. Yes, there's a lot of good-looking men who do jiu-jitsu, and I was young and single and paying attention at the time, so I was like, in.
That's why I don't do jujitsu.
That's why you don't.
Yeah.
This is why you should. No, I'm just kidding. We do not sexualize jujitsu here, ladies and gentlemen.
But you can if you do it right. So anyway,
says the black belt. Okay, I'm learning.
Well, find me a little
that's
jujitsuer.
essentially what happened. Is like one of my girlfriends who was taking kickboxing at the time, she was like, yeah, Eddie, the guy that teaches, he's like famous. People come from all over the world to train with him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that dude? She was like, yeah. And I was like, all right. And then I was like, oh, dudes, okay. So then I showed up, and I remember one guy showed me how to do a double leg, which is how you drop down on somebody and you grab both of their legs, a double leg, you pull them in and you knock them on their back of their butt.
That.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know what you want to know. I'm not assuming anything.
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Until this year. Anyway.
I was thinking about the sexualized version.
We could talk about
it. Okay.
We could talk about
Maybe
it.
I don't know it.
So that I remember he showed me that, and I go, that is information I will never need anytime in my life. Whoops.
And you end
now
up
I teach it. And now I teach those things. Yes.
You teach it. She ended up using it once.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get into that story. Maybe we'll save that. Dawna, you guys, we're not going to be able to get into it on this episode. Dawna has the wildest stories.
I do have some stories.
Of all.
I hope some come with the questions.
Where she's used her jujitsu in bars, needing to. Oh my God.
Happened.
Anyway. Okay, so before.
Guys got touchy?
I mean,
Do
they
she?
Sometimes.
Give us
She's
one
got
quick
touchy?
example. One quick example of where you had to use jiu-jitsu outside of a
Thank you,
jiu-jitsu
producer.
situation.
Gosh. Where did I have to use? I'll give you a very safe one, a very family friendly.
Gonna get charged with assault after
Yeah,
this.
I know. That's what I'm saying. A dog
Say the mask.
attacked my dog, so I jumped on it, rear naked choked it, and pulled it off my dog. Yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah.
That's what you
Okay,
can
I
do.
was
though.
not expecting that.
No, neither was I. I was thrown through a fucking loop.
You're not hurting them. You're just
that's
controlling
okay,
them.
here's my spiel. If you guys ever come to one of my self-defense seminars, you're going to hear me say this. This is why jiu-jitsu is so good for self-defense, because you can hurt somebody, but you also have the ability to just neutralize a situation without hurting somebody. And that's why it's so good for women, because even though I hear stories of men doing horrible things to women are always like, I don't want to hurt anybody. And I'm like, why? But
I like that answer, though.
yeah, right. But I'm like, okay, cool. I'll teach you how to shut it down without hurting somebody, quote
Right.
unquote. Yeah.
Dawna's she loves dogs. So let's not get it twisted, you guys. She's
Oh,
not
yeah, I
out
wouldn't
here
hurt a dog unless I had to. But
yes,
if you
rear
go after
naked
my
choking.
chihuahuas, we're going to fight.
Of course. So before we have a lot of great questions from you guys, we won't be able to get to them all today, but maybe we'll do, another thing with Dawna. But before we jump into the questions, we have another update from our boss,
Yay.
our girl, Miss Lala Kent. She's going to give us an update on how she's doing, how Baby Sosa's doing. So here we go.
Hello, my loves. I'm here with my babe. I will say, although we are thriving, I have no complaints. I'm on cloud 9. I am living for this 2 kids kind of life. I'm ready for number 3, although my mom tells me to chill out on that. But I feel like right after I gave birth, I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much energy. Look at this new glow. Oh my gosh, I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. The exhaustion has sunk in. I am a little tired. I had a night nurse 3 days a week. I am now at 7. That is right. I have one 7 nights a week. Shout out to all of my mamas doing the damn thing because you guys are superheroes. Here's my update. I love and miss you. And I'll be back on the pod so soon and I can't wait. Did you know today is a great day to warranty? Well, actually, every day is a great day when you're not worrying about your appliances and home systems. And that's what you get with American Home Shield Warranty. I signed up with American Home Shield the moment I decided to buy my house. With an American Home Shield warranty, unexpected breakdowns like a leaky faucet or faulty water heater won't break the bank because covered repairs and replacements are taken care of, just like that. And not by me, my mom, or Easton. We wouldn't know the first thing to do if something stopped working in this house. I just contact American Home Shield when a covered item breaks, and their trusted and qualified pros will fix or replace it, based on the coverage limits in your agreement. So having that sort of reassurance from American Home Shield is something to celebrate. When it comes to protecting your appliances and home systems, don't worry, be warranty. Visit ahs.com/GTL today to get 20% off any plan. That's ahs.com/GTL for 20% off any plan. For more details, see ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including limit amounts, fees, limitations, and exclusions.
It's me, Lala. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Lala. Thank you so much for that update. We love you. We miss you. Okay, you guys. So, listeners, friends of the pod have DM'd me this past year. Have we wrote a prompt the other day. Have written in with some questions. For fairness purposes, I'll start with a couple that I've gotten the past year, and then we'll hop into the ones that you guys wrote last night. Again, thank you guys for writing in. There's a lot, and we'll get to as many as we can. Let's do this number 1. This was asked a lot. And we'll keep these anonymous because there's some spicy ones. Do you have to do the close contact rolling around with other people if you join jiu-jitsu? If so, can you pick and choose who you do it with?
So yes and yes.
Okay.
It's a grappling sport. There's no way you can do. There's no way to do jiu-jitsu without touching other people.
Okay.
Because the sport is attacking joints and strangling. That's the whole sport. So you need other people's joints to do that. Yeah. But yes, of course, everybody has bodily autonomy. So you can choose not to roll with anybody for whatever reason. If it's just because you're scared, as a coach, I'll probably push you to roll with people. But if it's like, here's some circumstances.
Their BO is very bad and I can't
fair,
do
but
it.
in that situation, I'd pull them off and be like, hey, we got to address this.
Okay. What if they can't?
I have to.
Okay, so
It's
this
my
is a good
job.
follow-up. Like, you
Yes.
tell people when they smell.
Yeah, it's kind of uncomfortable sometimes, but it's more uncomfortable to have your face stuck in somebody's armpit. That smells
That's where the
horrible.
pink eye comes from.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like there are circumstances that, for religious purposes, people can't roll with the opposite sex, or there are circumstances where somebody's like, hey, my partner doesn't want me rolling with somebody from the opposite sex.
That would be me.
If that is a boundary that you've set in your life, that's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody has bodily autonomy, not just people that I feel like I need to protect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the answer is yes, you guys. Yes. But you do have to come in close contact.
Yeah.
But if you have a coach like Dawna or like the coaches at My Gym 10th Planet Burbank, they're very
guys.
respectful.
Yeah. And here's the thing. If you're doing it for self-defense, and there's a lot of other reasons that women do jiu-jitsu, and some men only do it for self-defense. So just to say that. But if you are there for the sake of self-defense, I would highly encourage you to build yourself up to the point where you are willing to roll with men, or else you're never going to feel it realistically.
Right. I'm going to say I'm going to ask 2 more that people wrote into me. And the third one, I will trigger warning now, is a question, and I'll just trigger warning SA, which is sexual assault.
I'm
So,
aware of that.
This next one. I'm a 46-year-old woman. Am I too old to start jiu-jitsu now?
No.
No. Why, though?
Because jiu-jitsu is adaptable for everybody.
Okay.
How many stretches do you got to do before you
A
start?
lot. I mean, at 46, you have to stretch a lot more than everybody else, and you have to maybe pace yourself a little bit more, but absolutely, it's available to everybody.
Okay.
There's no age
I
that's
had
too high to learn self-defense, right?
In jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
See? All
Yeah.
right.
I would say
Do
there's,
you teach them different than you would teach like a 25-year-old? Or is it all the same?
I think it's all, there's just going to be different levels of gas pedal.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But all
I'm
the
gonna
same
teach it-
moves.
Yeah.
Obviously. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably wouldn't teach somebody in their late 50s who's never done anything athletic I probably wouldn't start them off with heavy wrestling.
Right.
Okay.
Which
But,
is,
I would definitely teach them defense. But then, I don't know, sometimes we'll have like ex-athletes who are on the older end of things and they'll come in and we'll be like, let's go. Like,
Yeah.
this is an individual sport. You definitely need other people's bodies to do it. But everything in jiu-jitsu is individual. So there are people who train they don't have use of their legs. There are people who train who only have like one limb or something like that. So it's adaptable to everybody.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
I'm dainty, but I'm very interested in this.
Everybody should be interested.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling there's going to be ACLs gone.
Yeah, it happens.
Who is the oldest person you've trained?
I believe that I've had men in my class in their 60s, and I want to say, I don't generally ask people their ages, but I've had women probably, also in their 60s in my self-defense classes. Yeah,
What is a good age to start teaching kids?
Oh, that's a good question.
it's a great question. Well, the answer to every question in the world is it depends.
Mhm.
So I have 4-year-olds that come to our class. I do think that it's a little bit of a struggle. We have to make things age appropriate for them. But I think kids, as long as they have the ability to listen, pay attention,
I was
and
going
can
to
follow
say the
instructions.
attention span.
My sweet spot age, and if I got to be the boss of everything, I would have kids do gymnastics and only wrestling up until 7.
Okay.
I would start kids in gymnastics around 3-ish. I'm not a gymnastics expert. I don't know. Ask one of them. But I would start kids in gymnastics around 3 or 4. I would have them do that and then start wrestling around 5 or 6 and then have them start jiu-jitsu at 7.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't
Okay.
argue it.
I will say before I get into this next question really quick, because I want to know if you agree. A lot of women asking me, they were like, it seems overwhelming. There's so many terms that like this woman who's 46.
Mhm.
I am someone who deals with anxiety.
Yeah.
So for me, seeing a class, a jiu-jitsu class, and being like, I don't know the terms, I don't know this, for my brain, I thought, before I even start class, I'm going to, and a lot of gyms offer this, most gyms, I'm going to take a few privates.
Yeah.
So I contacted 10th Planet Burbank. I said, I'm not comfortable jumping right into class. What is the price of, like, I would like to take a few private lessons before I jump into class. And it was great because I had Coach Josh Kubera, who's great. And he said, what are you looking to sort of do before class? And I said, honestly, like you guys are doing these warm-ups. I just want to know how to warm up and terms. And he's like, great, we're going to go over that. I did, I think, 3 privates with him. And then in each gym has different pricing. And then when I jumped into class, I at least knew like the terms he was using. I knew. So what do you think? Do you suggest that to most people if they feel that way?
Yes, I think
Okay.
it's a great idea to do that. And
Okay.
approaching it the same way that you did. Like, give me terms just so I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But also, a good fundamentals class should cover that if you stick around. You know what I mean? Because we should be only covering the same 4 to 5 things over and over and over and over and over again. So if, let's say, you want to join jiu-jitsu, but that's where your budget is and you can't afford the extra lessons, focus on the fundamentals class and it will come. Also, remember, this is learning a language with your body. It takes 10 years to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Nobody expects you to know shit for your first year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the coaches know that. The people who you are training with know that. It's a very long-term project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's really fun and it's frustrating. And anyway, I can go and it's a blast. I can go on and on. This next question is the one I did the trigger warning for. Okay, so I'm a survivor of sexual assault and I really want to take jiu-jitsu classes to get over my fear, responses, and trauma and learn self-defense. But I also don't want to just get thrown into a class environment where others don't understand that. I will be triggered at first. What are my options?
Private lessons first.
Private lessons are a good way to go. If there's the luxury of a woman's class, that's a really good place to start. Also, tell people.
Mm-hmm.
You take away power when you tell your story. So if you're like, hey, I'm super nervous because all you have to say is I'm a survivor of something. I get triggered easily. I'm working my way through it. How I work with women in my classes are we do like the 2-second rule. So if you start to get triggered, stay 2 seconds longer than you want to. Then you can tap, get up, go wash your face, get some air, take a drink of water, walk it off. Come back. The next time, I want you to stay 4 seconds longer than you want to. Tap, get up, go out, walk away. Same thing. And pretty soon, after those 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, we work our way up to minutes. And then the next thing you know, you are sparring against guys for 5 to 8 minute rounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person, I get anxiety and I rather lay it out like all out so everybody can just see who I am. And I think judgment is gone.
And I would
Or I
say
feel
that
it.
that's a huge thing when women are like, hey, what should I look for in gyms? Like, should it be a certain level of competition or whatever? And the first thing I always tell people to look for is how comfortable are you with the coaches and how comfortable are you with the people in the room? That's the most important thing. Gi, no gi, whatever, what team it is. Make sure you are comfortable with the people surrounding you. And if you can't look at the person next to you and be like, hey, I might have an anxiety attack. If I tap, I need you to get off of me. If I cry, there's also been moments I personally have been like, if I start crying, keep going.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never cried in jiu-jitsu.
I've cried
I would be like,
so
I
many
just
times.
can't.
Yes.
I just can't.
Yeah. So,
It's
but
all
that's
grown.
also,
I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
yeah, I wouldn't do it to a white belt. Like, I wouldn't do it to another new person.
Oh,
but
but a
like,
black
if you
belt?
have a person or a purple belt, brown belt, like somebody that you trust, somebody that you've been training with, if you're like, hey, working through some things, this is what's coming up for me, and then whatever your thing is, like, I might start crying. Keep going. If I start crying, can you please just not make a big deal about it? I'm gonna get up and leave.
Oh, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Communication, baby. Communication in jiu-jitsu, in life. Okay, thank you for that. I love
Yes,
that.
thank you a
Okay,
lot.
we're getting into the more recent questions.
The spicy questions.
The spicy. Oh, goodness, you guys. Well, you know what? I got a few of these, so this isn't too spicy. This will be a quick answer. Can overweight people do it? I'm
Yes.
chubby, but I want to try.
Girl,
It is a
homie,
girl.
whatever, get in
Yeah.
there. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Jiu-jitsu is the most body positive sport I've ever been a part of. Like, we never go, you can't do that at your size. The question is, all right, what weight are you? What weight do you want to compete at? Let's go.
Yep.
Okay.
And you don't have to compete, correct?
You
There
do
are
not have to compete,
hobbyists.
but this is what I'm saying. Like, you absolutely can do it.
Mhm.
Sure.
What do they call it? Rolling?
Yeah, that's
rolling.
sparring. Yeah, rolling is sparring.
Sparring.
If we're talking about weight, usually it's like, what do you walk at? Meaning, what do you walk around at? And what can you cut to? Those are really the only conversations about weight we're having until you get to the pro level. Then it's where are you going to perform the best? But if it's just somebody coming to me, all right, what do you walk at? Cool. Are you comfortable competing there? Which I suggest wherever you walk at is what you do in the beginning.
Mhm.
Then yeah, let's go.
Love it. Okay. Are people in your gym allowed to date each other?
No.
Well, adults can do whatever the hell they want.
Right.
I would say that I'm not allowed to date anybody.
Dawna is a coach at 10th Planet South Bay.
I would say
Is it
none
illegal
of our
or
coaches,
is it just,
it's
you know,
frowned upon
It's just
heavily.
frowned upon.
What is, though?
Yeah.
Coaches dating students?
Oh, yeah. Like, okay, every school is going to have their own rules set by the owner. It is pretty explicit among our coaches that we do not condone them dating students.
Okay.
Can coaches date coaches?
Probably, but I don't think any of our coaches would date each other.
Like-
I'm the only girl.
Like
so
we-
that's not true. I mean, hey, look, I
Maybe
honestly don't know what's going on in their personal lives, and it's none of my business.
There you go.
But I would say that they're like the stereotype of the coach dating their white belt is laughable because it's real.
Really?
You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
frowned upon, of course. But that being said, I know so many couples that met in jiu-jitsu. So my attitude towards it is if it's two students that are dating each other, like be an adult, be prepared if there's a breakup, like how are you going to handle this?
Find another gym.
If one of my coaches dated a student, that'd be a different conversation.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if I was a student, I'd just find
Yeah.
What
another
if one of
gym.
your coaches dated If a coach from another gym dates a student from another gym, that's less.
Yeah, that's none of our business, and they're adults.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Adults.
Well, yeah, at that point, you just jujitsuers can't date each other.
Yeah, those are just people within the community dating each other.
Yeah, that would be.
The thing that is where I come from with it is the power dynamic. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if it's a higher ranked, let's use the stereotype that is usually the problem. A higher ranked, older-ish man dating a younger-ish, lower-ranked woman. That's a heavy power dynamic.
So you got to date your belt, is what you're saying?
You don't have to date your belt, but like let's say it'd be less of a dangerous power dynamic if it's like a blue belt girl who's, I don't know, 30 and she's dating a white belt dude who's 28. That's less of a power dynamic there than a 39-year-old black belt dating his 23-year-old white belt student.
Right.
Do you see the difference there?
Well, yeah.
Almost think of it like a senior dating a freshman.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
There's just too much of a power dynamic that like it's not fair, but adults can do what adults can do whatever they want to do. But we're also running a business,
just judging you
and there's
if
a
you're doing
power
that.
dynamic. Sure,
That's
yeah,
what we're
absolutely.
doing.
And there's a power dynamic, so it's definitely something that we need to be
look at. Like he's
for sure.
okay.
I hear you. I agree. Every gym, I'm sure, treats it differently. But I like going back to just making sure, which I've dropped into 10th Planet South Bay multiple times. It feels so safe, just like 10th Planet Burbank, just like HQ. Any gym I've dropped into so far has felt so safe. It is, you are in awkward situations and positions, sometimes with the opposite sex. So making sure it feels like a safe space and doing stuff like that is going to help that.
But of course, people in jiu-jitsu date each other.
Well, it's like the people at work. It's like when you're surrounded by this person and you start to know people and people start to, and also a lot of jiu-jitsu men are, I can't even talk about it.
It's a fair statement.
Been too long.
It's a fair statement.
That's you freak.
I got one for you real quick, Dawna. Have you ever coached or had a couple in your class and know that they're fighting when they come in? Because I've had a summer school class in college. Yeah. I sat next to a couple and there was one day you could tell they were fighting. One sat next to me, the other one sat on the opposite end of the row. Can you just tell that awkwardness when a couple's fighting in your class?
Of course. We've had breakups.
Do you pull them aside?
Most people can handle their shit. Like it's been a minute since there's been like, she can't train here, he can't train here, I don't want them around us. You know what I mean? Like most people can handle it. We have a couple at our gym, a formal couple that they broke up, but they didn't train together for a while and now they're friendly. So it's like, oh, well, that's nice.
Right.
They'll be dating again soon.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay, this is one. There was quite a few of these.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's have you ever gotten aroused while rolling around with a partner and wanted to take it further? I could not feel stronger about this, but I want to hear you first.
When I saw your question, I turned into a little 15-year-old. I was like, oh, poop.
Boners.
Yeah.
Fart.
So I was like,
think
this
it
is
happens
great.
in two different ways.
Okay.
Like you are going to look at athletes in this sport and objectively be like, that is a good-looking human being.
Right.
I would say that it goes away the better you get at jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like in the very beginning, when you really don't know what's happening, like all you're like, oh my God, this man is touching me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you get better at jiu-jitsu and you're playing the game and you're doing the thing,
You're thinking of your next move.
I'm trying to kill you.
Yes.
You are right.
Yeah,
And I don't care how
right.
good looking you are. I'm trying to kill you.
And she does too. Like the second I rolled with Dawna last weekend, I mean, she puts one hand on me. I'm like, oh my God, ow.
I'm
She's
dainty. Be
strong.
gentle.
Got you.
Okay. I have a completely different viewpoint, you guys. At first, and I'll probably, again, I'm literally a white belt. I know nothing about jiu-jitsu. I know a few things. I could not have been less aroused.
Yeah.
Even if the guy was so hot. Like, I could look at them and be like, oh my God, so hot. I'm so, like, not good at jiu-jitsu and clumsy and, like, bad at the movements and positions. The second I'm rolling with a hot guy, I'm dry as a bone down there. I am not turned on. I am not aroused.
Here's how the analogy of that. Like, let's say like your type, the best looking person in the world is you're in a pool and they're off to the side of the pool. And all of a sudden something from underneath grabs your feet and is trying to drown you in the pool. Are you like,
Now I'm going to try to die attractively.
You're trying not to die. You're not like, oh my God, that person's so attractive. Do I have a jawline? You know what I mean? Like, how do I look? How do I look? Right. No, you're like, don't die, don't die, don't die. And that's usually the inner dialogue from year 1 to about year 3. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Armbar, defense, survive. Get on top, get on top. Don't do that, don't do that.
Yeah,
it's literally. Like my sex life.
No, but that is my. That is and like the second, and I can like really look and be like, damn, they're hot. The second I'm rolling with them, not only am I trying to survive, yes, I literally have never looked uglier in my life. I will see videos and be like, who is that monster? Oh my God, that's me.
Yes.
I've never looked uglier in my life.
How often do you make eye contact when you're rolling with the guy or girl?
Okay, so
are you asking? Yeah, ask her because it's different for me.
Okay, so for me, I never. Weird thing. I never make eye contact because I'm so in my head. But I saw my first competition video footage, and for some reason, I am staring these girls in the eyes. Like I looked at myself.
It's like a blackout.
Girl, look away, look away. You are embarrassing yourself. What about you, Dawna?
It depends. It depends on who I'm rolling with. If it is somebody with
you're attracted to,
no, it's somebody with my equal skill level, and we're having a fun roll. I will make eye contact with you to fuck with you. Same thing. They will make eye contact with me to fuck with me and like talk shit. If it's somebody, you don't look at people when you compete.
Can you wear goggles?
Goggles?
I don't know why you would.
I'd tint mine so they couldn't see my eyes.
I would say I only look at people in the eye for 2 reasons. If we are collectively in a fun way talking shit to each other, or what was the other one? There was a reason I was going to
fucking see red.
No. It'll come to me. I don't know. There's another reason, maybe.
Attraction.
No.
Easton's really trying to push this jiu-jitsu attraction.
I couldn't do it because I'd just be rolling. I'd see him in the eyes and I'd be like,
you think that? I thought that. When I first started, I told my coach, I know
Josh, it's hard to believe it looking at it. Like you can be like, oh my God, they're like practically sitting on your face.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, this is kind of hot.
No, it's not. I promise.
And people smell and people
smell.
Oh, perfect. Let's ruin it.
And you're trying to drown and break their limbs. Oh, I promise when somebody's trying to break your arm, you're not like, they're so good looking.
No. In fact, I'm like, okay, I thought this guy was hot, but now fuck this guy. I'm pissed now. Yeah. You really want okay, so we're going to, because I want to get into the Lisa story, and then we've got some things to get into. So we'll end.
I have a spicy thing to say about jiu-jitsu.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Give us a spice.
Again, once you get good at jiu-jitsu, it's not the same when you're having spicy time. However, you can use jiu-jitsu moves incorporated.
In the bedroom?
Yeah.
I've done it, ladies and gentlemen, and by golly, it's a game changer.
Yeah. Lockdown comes and help you.
Lockdown?
Yeah.
Guys, lockdown with your legs is... Dawn is the queen of lockdown. I tried to put her in it last weekend, and she was like, you're really going to try and lock down me?
Is that like around the waist?
No, lockdown is when you lock down somebody's leg. It's how to trap their leg in between your legs. And so if you think about the positioning... Usually it's butterfly hooks. Like you can use butterfly hooks. Butterfly hooks is when you take the top of your foot and you can clamp onto somebody and hold them. So moving them around, and then like if you've been tossed by somebody, my husband's a purple belt, so like he can toss me pretty easily. And,
he's a hottie.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All I'm saying is I've used the phrase sex jitsu before.
Stop. Have you ever done jiu-jitsu naked, or you can say no comment?
I mean,
pretty much. Say yes
I can say that my husband and I have incorporated jiu-jitsu into sex.
Okay, and
so
also
no choking. I'm not into.
Oh, you're not into choking?
No, I do violence for a living. I don't want. You know what I mean? Like
keep it out of there.
Sweeps. I welcome sweeps.
Okay, sweeps would be
sweeps
hot
are
in the
when
bedroom.
you go from the bottom to the top, and it's done in a very
it's
like with your tongue.
No. Easton,
he's talking about an asshole to vagina.
If you are underneath me and I'm on top of you, a sweep is a very quick motion where you would switch the positions.
But it's like so smooth and beautiful, Easton.
Sex-jitsu.
And I will say, you guys, I was never into. Let me preface. When I say choking, I mean very light, no passive. I was never into choking in the bedroom. You put your hand on my neck, I'm like, get away. After jiu-jitsu, though, because I'm comfortable with that stuff, now I'm like, oh, baby.
Grab the handcuffs and rope.
Put it around my neck
Maybe
for
the
a
belt.
sec.
Yeah, you build up a tolerance to. Last week at the Femvasion, that little girl jumped on my back, and at one point I was having a conversation with her mom. She started choking me, and they were like, that doesn't faze you. And I was like, oh, yeah.
No.
It's my living.
I do it for a living. Okay, let's, for question-wise, we're going to end on.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, has jiu-jitsu helped with your mental health? Mm-hmm. And if so, how so?
It helps you stay present in a way that nothing else I've ever experienced can. You can't be worried about, did I pay my phone bill, or, oh my God, there's a leak in my bathroom, because you're trying to survive death. You are trying to fight off somebody trying to break your arm or choke you or grab your foot or, take you down. So it helps you stay present in a way that nothing else I've ever experienced does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And that and aggression. Like, it's we welcome it. We welcome aggression. So you get to come and get all of the aggression that you feel out in the world. You get to come fight off death for a couple hours. And there's no way you don't walk out of that like, I feel so much better.
I feel like it takes the anxiety away of, like, if something does happen, then you don't know how to defend yourself. So now you do. So that anxiety is gone of the day.
100%. It helps you with, for
knowing
me,
you can defend yourself.
Yes. For me, I'm sitting there sometimes and I'm under a 180-pound man and I'm getting choked and I'm like, and I tell myself, just breathe. You don't have to tap out right now. Just breathe. And then I take it into life where I'm like so stressed and I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. And then I'm like, just breathe. Like, relax, breathe, move on to one thing at a time, stay present. It has truly helped me every day.
I went scuba diving for the first time. And I'm in the scuba lesson. And I put my head under and immediately I went into jiu-jitsu mode. I was like, I wanted to panic because my head's under the water and, like, you know what I mean? I've never done that. And all of a sudden I was like, jiu-jitsu mode. And I was fine. And I came back up and the guy was like, you've done this before. And I go, no, I do jiu-jitsu. And he goes, yeah.
Yeah. It was like, he probably saw it.
Yeah.
Yes, it very much helps. Easton, when at some point I want to get you to take a class, though
I would be down because I like the mental point of it as well. Like, that's the thing. You can kind of goose fraba in
what?
Goose fraba. You guys have never heard that?
What is
in
that?
Anger management?
No. What?
No.
Yeah, what's his name?
Is that Wusa?
No, Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholas.
Oh, in the Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson in Anger Management.
Okay.
And the guy's freaking out and he goes, Goose fraba. Goose fraba.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like a relax. So,
it's like Wusa.
It's like Wusa, yeah.
But yeah, no,
That's
I
from a
like
movie
that's
too.
where I like that mental where you're getting number one,
you learn
can defend yourself,
yes.
and then number two, you're getting like longevity of mental pushing yourself 2, 4, 8.
Yeah, not
that.
to bite too much off. There's a small podcaster named Joe Rogan. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Oh, I've never heard of that guy.
It's
Joe
a
Rogan.
tiny
I'll
podcast.
look at him though.
But Joe is also a 10th Planet Black Belt. I don't know if you know that.
I do know that.
He got his black belt at 10th Planet Burbank.
That's true. That's true.
Now everybody's gone.
So not to bite off him too much, but it's a very accurate statement that Joe is like, you learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. You also, because jiu-jitsu is like driving a car downhill with no brakes while wrestling a baby bear.
What?
Fun. The hell?
That's a direct quote. It is. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It's true.
But you can manage it.
But you learn to be like, I got it. That's fine.
Steer a little.
Oh my God. Okay. So, you guys, before we get into Dawna, I just want you to mention a couple organizations you're part of, and then I would like you to get into, before we get into Ache and Relief, you have a very strong feelings on me almost getting abducted by the guy in the van and Lisa's bow tying incident. So can you tell us a few of the organizations you're part of, and sort of, our listeners are amazing as far as they're like, oh my God, I want to help, I want to look it up, I want to share.
Yeah.
So
So the organizations that I have directly under me are, I certify coaches, self-defense coaches under 10th Planet Women's Self-Defense or the Women's Self-Defense Network. I started the Women's Self-Defense Network as a way of women anywhere for them to be able to find a coach near them that is safe to train with.
Okay.
So women come to me and they're either certified under me or I've done a background check on them and I can say, yes, this is a safe woman for you to go train with.
All over the U.S.?
All over the world.
All over the world. So if someone wants to, would they hit you up on Instagram? What if they're like, I want to find a coach who I can?
So I have a website. It's called the Women's Self-Defense Network.
Okay.
I think I have about 30-something coaches, most of them in the United States, but coaches from other places too. And my goal is to like build that and have it just be a huge database of self-defense coaches for women. And it's not just jiu-jitsu. It's other types of martial arts. We have a firearm instructor on there.
Dang.
So it's women's self-defense. It is how can I find a woman to train with near me? And hopefully I will get enough women listed on that women anywhere can find somebody.
Love it.
We also have 10th Planet Women's Self-Defense, which is mainly it's me and Lila. We started it as like self-defense coaches, and we teach seminars all over everywhere. And
Lila's co-owner of 10th Planet Pasadena.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what else am I a part of? I've worked with Generate Hope, which is an organization that saves women from human trafficking. I also work with Mayor's House in La Jolla, which helps women in substance recovery. And so how that relates is a huge amount of women who are have addiction issues have also been sexually assaulted. And also it's the empowerment, it's getting back in touch with your body, it's like learning to be present in your body. So all of those things are relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Thankful for women like you, truly. So if anyone, I mean, obviously reach out to Dawna over Instagram, check out her websites, all of that. Let's quickly, before our aches and reliefs, can you please tell us why you felt so strongly about me and the guy in the van? Mm-hmm. Reminder, you guys, this was a couple episodes ago, but he came up to me, he said he needed a jump, and Lisa was like, absolutely not. And then the guy zoomed off.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about, do you think I was actually almost taken or?
1,000%.
Dawna.
Okay, here's the thing.
How do you not
ladies and children, listen up, and people with children. Men don't ask women for help, especially not in public.
That is so fucking true.
I know.
Oh my God, I just got goosebumps.
Yes. Men don't ask women for help.
No.
And if you want to know the intention that somebody has towards you, give them an immediate boundary. And if they cross it, then you know that you can, I call it switching the bitch switch. My bitch switch is on a hair trigger. So you have to figure out where you're comfortable with your bitch switch is. But something that you can do in the situation where you were in, Jessica, is immediately bring in another person, preferably a man. Oh, I would be more than happy to give you a jump. Let me go grab my boyfriend. He's right around the corner. And if the guy was like, oh, thanks, that'd be awesome, then he actually needed the help. And if he was like, no, he doesn't want your help.
Because it's not like I would never ask a woman for help because I know that asking them puts them in such an awkward position. Like, I don't want to put them. So I feel like that, and I feel like I'm a good dude, but I would never ask a girl unless I fucking needed it to help me. Not because I don't think they can do it. I don't want to put them in a fucking weird
Decent
position.
Men are aware.
Like, I wouldn't even ask for your help. I would say, do you have a boyfriend or do you know?
That's usually how, Men, and teach just to your children. Adult men do not ask children for help.
Hell no.
They do not.
I'll ask where your parents
never
are.
Would.
If you're fucking alone. But other than that, like, no.
Most adult men will be like, where is your adult? Like, please.
Yeah,
like, get an
help
adult
me.
over here near me somewhere.
Where is your owner? I need fucking help.
Yeah. Men don't ask women for help. So that's a red flag. And if you ever want to know somebody's intention, like let's say a man is walking towards you and all of a sudden your gut kicks in, do one of these. Stop right there. If he stops, he's at least willing to listen to what you have to say and you can set some boundaries with him. If he walks right through that,
he has intentions.
You need to, it's a red flag. It's a red flag.
Yeah.
Obviously can't speak for every single situation, but it's a red flag. If you set immediate boundaries with somebody and they do not respect them, they will continue to like cross lines with you.
Right. Damn, that is so important to hear. And the fact that it hit me so hard that you said that, and I'm 33 years old.
Yeah.
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 Like, hear that.
Yeah.
Women, children, all of it.
So what about the Bo story?
Yeah, the Lisa story.
Same thing with the boundaries. Your mom did a great job with it by not giving them something to argue about. That doesn't really make me comfortable.
Can you remind us? So it was a woman who asked
her to put a bow in her hair.
Yeah,
so
she was like a 20-something-year-old girl.
So just all you have to be is, that doesn't really make me comfortable. You just gave an adult person a boundary.
Okay.
Watch how they respond to it.
And if they keep pushing, then
that's something. If you like go back and look at some of my Instagram things, I do like these little 1-minute motivations. That people like the one thing that I wish women would learn how to say is, you are making me uncomfortable. Because a decent person will listen to you say that and immediately acknowledge it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn. Oh, I
Now we
freaking love
know.
you. I love you. Okay, wait, you guys, before ache and relief, Dawna, what are you going to teach Easton or me? By the way, I'm a dummy, so he can do, if you're teaching rear naked choke, he can do it to me. Or is there something you're like, everyone should know how to do this? What are you thinking?
Are you going to teach me
I don't think there's a move that like is like, that's a big thing
or
for
do
me.
I
People
come
are like,
to you?
what's the one thing that I need to know? You need to know all of jiu-jitsu.
All of it.
I don't know, Easton, what, is there a body part that you want to learn how to break?
Oh my God, I'm scared.
Like, I don't know. Like,
could we
what
see
is
if he
the
could choke me
best
out?
thing to, like, if
you
I
want
were
me
to
to do a wrist lock?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay,
Like,
so
if
anyone
I-
listening, you're going to have to see this on YouTube.
Are the cameras on? Okay, so look, here's Easton's bigger and stronger than me. He's always going to be bigger and stronger than me. I will
Let's
probably
not
never
get let's not get out of touch here.
I will probably never get to win a size. I'm 5'1", so trust me.
Okay, I got some help.
Fair,
and if you beat my ass, I can run faster than you.
If I'm never going to be able to be stronger than you, but I can be smarter than the structure of your body. Fair?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll believe you.
So let's say you just grab my
So I'm
wrist
coming
right
to
here.
grab
Okay.
you.
Can you guys see this? Okay. So all girls, ladies, people, if you've ever been like at a nightclub or a party or whatever, and
Dudes do this a lot.
yes, you get
I've
the
seen
hey,
it.
let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Come here, let me talk to you.
Yeah.
The come here, let me talk to you group, right?
Yeah, come
So
here.
if we just get into a tug of war, you're gonna win. You're gonna win because you're bigger and stronger than me. But if I can turn my thumb towards the opening of your fingers
like a
and I can
slot out.
take my elbow and put it on your watch, what's gonna happen is I am going to go for the weak part of your wrist,
All
and then
of
you
it.
won't be able to hold on to me.
So you're gonna bop.
Oh,
Hold on to me.
and I really am.
Hold on. To me.
Oh, it's the ring.
It's the ring.
It's the ring.
No, that fucks me
Yeah,
up.
because the human wrist only bends so far, no matter how big and strong you are. Now, if you're standing up, can we stand up? Can you guys?
Yeah.
I'll show
Yeah.
you guys something. Okay. Oh,
You can
I'll
you
kick
can
these
take them off.
Cool. Okay, so come here. See, I'm a midget. Come here.
Wait, they can see. Oh my God! Look how short you are.
So-
There.
No, stand up. It's fine.
So I'm coming to take you.
And no, it's like hey,
I will,
come here. Let me talk to you. Situation, right? So just stay right there. If I can close the distance between your wrist and your body, I can take away how strong you are. So I'm just gonna keep walking towards you until I can put my elbow on your watch.
And then you're gonna
so
what?
It's a walk forward
Yeah.
movement.
And then I'm gonna
Pull.
turn around and walk. I call that the excuse me.
And then
sir,
like a
right?
shove with
So,
the forearm.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
here.
yeah. So like if you've ever come to any of my self-defense seminars.
So I'm
Did I
pulling.
just say that weird? All
Self.
Self-defense seminar. I call this the excuse me, sir. You gotta, hey, let me talk to you, right? I'm gonna move closer. I'm going to put my elbow on your watch. Excuse me, sir.
Oh,
kinda like
bad
a-
bitch. She
And
says,
it's kinda-
"Excuse me,
No,
sir."
really though, and I like that because if they think they got you.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, it's almost like a switch where you're like, oh my God, she's kind of crazy, where you don't want to go back and go, well, no, fucking come here.
But it's not
Right.
like if you turn around and like you're happy with what you're seeing, that also kind of works in your favor. Have I ever told you how I met my husband? I'll leave you guys on this because
Yeah.
it'll give you a good idea of my personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us. Oh my God.
I met my husband in a bar because I kicked him.
What do you mean?
Like where?
Karate
He
chop
walked
kick?
past
Or
me. Yes.
Karate kick?
He walked past me and I saw him and I was like, yes. And so I reached over and I kicked
Why
him.
aren't more
but
women like you?
I kicked him pretty hard and he turned around. My husband's like
He's a beefy guy.
he is
Big,
beefy,
strong.
right? And he turned around and he goes, "Excuse me, miss. You just kicked me." And I went, "I know."
I would have got.
You would have.
Oh, I would have needed to change my shorts. I'd have been like, this is the one. But I just walk through, nobody touches me.
That's cute. I
That
love
is.
that.
That's a good meat story.
Thank you.
That is so okay. So before we get into ache and relief, you guys, I want to mention. Well, I need to do another thing with you, Dawna. This was so
Please.
fun. But you host the Femvasions, so
Yes.
keep up with. I always share them. The Femvasions is basically just like a. Well, you quickly say what it is.
The Femvasion is a 3-day women's jiu-jitsu camp, and you are going to come and train with some amazing women. It's always taught by 10th Planet Black Belt women. There's only 26 women in the world that have 10th Planet Black Belts. So each camp we feature different coaches, and it's 3 days. But the most important part is the sisterhood that comes out of it. You come like you were there last weekend.
My
Like,
God, it was
it was
so
just like
great.
this amazing vibe of like doing jiu-jitsu all weekend and meeting girls and like because most of the time women start jiu-jitsu and they're the only one. Or there's like 3 or something like that. And it's really lonely when you're like the white belt girl. And it's really also hard when you're tiny because you don't have a lot of training partners. So myself, Lila Smadja, and Heather Jo Clark all started this camp so that we could provide a place for the community of women. And it was really a very selfish way to bring the 10th Planet Black Belt women together. We were just like, how can we get everybody together in
Yeah.
one place so we can hang out?
Two birds,
right?
one
And then we
stone.
were like, let's create the space for all the women of 10th Planet and all the women of jiu-jitsu. Like women can come who don't train at 10th Planet just so that we have this cool sisterhood club.
No, that's
And
amazing.
It's beginner friendly, like
Yeah,
I said.
it's really
right?
amazing.
I mean, you can. All the teachers and the coaches are amazing. So beginner friendly for sure. It was a lot of fun. We'll keep you guys updated. We're gonna pop into the aches and reliefs of the week.
Yay.
I gave Dawna a heads up. She's a listener, obviously, so she knows.
I do. I listen to you guys.
But Easton, we usually do our guests last so you guys can have a beat to think. So we can start with you, me, and then we'll do Dawna.
Okay.
My ache has been this heat.
Oh.
There's just nothing that I can do. I walk outside, I'm tired. The sleeping is hot. So this heat has really f***ed up a whole lot of stuff. I just got no energy.
Yep.
So that's my ache, but it's getting cooler. So here we go. Okay. And then my relief is Baby S.
Oh, Baby S.
We could say it, right?
Sosa, yes.
It's out and about. Sosa.
Sosa.
Yeah,
Very
just hanging
excited to
out with
learn her name.
Yay.
I know. So she's the best. So that's my
She's
relief.
Stunning. Okay, I love that. My ache of the week, you guys, it's the 25th, so I will be competing again on Sunday.
Yes.
Whoop. Where at?
Grappling X, Temecula, it's far. But so that's not an ache, but I'm assuming by now I will be maybe a little achy. So hopefully I just take my gummies and I can chill, and I'm excited. Dawna,
Yay.
ache and relief.
Just to be clear, the aches are like super first worldy problems, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Or
I was just making sure.
Yes,
Because
usually.
yeah. So my ache is I'm so exhausted because there's so many amazing things happening in my life. I'm so exhausted. I've had no sleep all week. I'm all
Just
puffy right now just because I'm so
because you've just been doing so many fun
There's
things.
just so many things going on. I had to drive up for this podcast, and I had the foundation, and I had to buy a new car this week. I'm
you bitch.
so exhausted. But I
jealous of
am
you.
puffy because of that. So
No, you're not.
You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's
That's your
point.
ache. Oh my God.
The
But
heat
I know.
is he. We're fucked up
know.
The
over
relief
here.
is all those things too. I am so grateful. There's so many amazing things happening in my life right now. The invasion happened. My husband and I got a new car. He was hit by a drunk driver, so bad. But he's okay.
Is he okay?
He's okay. But we got a new car, so I'm like,
That's
Don't drink and drive, you dicks.
please don't. And then I got to come in here and hang out with you guys today in my
Whoop,
favorite
whoop.
city in the world. So all good.
Yeah,
but I'm just
see?
so puffy because of it.
You're not.
You got to just
I'm
go
so-
outside. It'll melt off.
She's like, I'm so puffy because I just got massages all day and I'm exhausted.
I know.
It's so hard.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Dawna. We love you. This has been fun. We've had so many with just like a couple, you know how it is. You get a couple trolls and then the freaking sweethearts flood in and say
Yeah.
all the nicest things. So thank you all. I'm not great at getting back to DMs, but just know I'll see them and they
Neither.
make my day. Yeah, it's really
because
hard.
opening it's a 50-50 shot. It's ruining my day.
Yes, exactly.
Rude.
Yeah. When I had a podcast and
Yeah.
you know where the worst people live?
Where?
In the
YouTube comments.
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
comments.
We
Guys,
steer
prove,
clear.
prove Dawna wrong. Get in those YouTube comments and give us all the nice stuff.
To everybody
say.
who's DM'd us nice things,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank
I'll
you.
try to read it. If it was rude, you ruined my day.
You ruined. No, don't give
How
them that
dare
power.
you? How
No,
dare
just
you?
be nice.
Be nice.
Delicate.
We love you. How does Lala usually sign off? Thank you so much for listening to the Give Them Lala podcast. Please make sure to check out our YouTube channel where our videos launch. Our full videos launch every Friday and full episodes. I'm looking at producer John every Wednesday. And subscribe,
And comment. And
comment nice
also
things.
hit the notification bell
notification
so
bell.
you're notified when we drop the podcast.
Yes, and drink your
Bang.
water and stay hydrated and do all
To
the
everybody in the
things.
cold states that's getting cold now.
Lucky. You get autumn. Ugh. Okay.
I know. That's why we
Anyway.
live in a place that skips all the shitty seasons.
Yeah. We love you. Signing off. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Did I get all three? I'm getting really good at that.